Hey everyone, so I'm going to do my evening reflection today. You see how Zimbabwe is. See, they just finished getting that UN Security Council seat. Now see, all the people are going home. I also wanted to go home. In fact, I wrote to the Zimbabwe Consulate General here to say that what are the prospects as a Canadian, what do you have to offer me for a job? Like if I come back there. So let's see. But you see how Zimbabweans are. They put a smile on their faces and they carry on, and you see how bad things are there. The whole nation was in a blackout yesterday. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's not like I'm getting a job here. I've been sitting at home for 3 years without any work. And I'm applying, no matter what I apply to, I get a rejection. If I apply to VP roles, I get a rejection. If I apply to HR director roles, I get a rejection. If I apply to mid-level roles, I get a rejection. So God knows what is going to happen to me, because I've been applying for roles globally. Every time I try to leave, I say, okay, transfer me to England or transfer me to Australia. It's like, no, we want you to stay here. And then they lay me off. So, I don't know. Anyway, all I can say is that the only thing I can do is to pray for Zimbabwe and to pray for Canada and England, because I never thought it would come to this. That's all I can tell you. I never thought it would come to this. And what England is doing to Prince Harry, it's awful. What they did to Boris Becker is what they're doing to Prince Harry. So anybody can just come in and take your privacy and go into your phone and do whatever they want, and you're just supposed to accept it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this is the world that we are living in today. And it shouldn't be, in my view, it shouldn't be accepted. It shouldn't. But anyway, to go back to the scripture for today, when we're looking at Hosea and the scripture for today, it's basically telling us that God lets us do whatever we want. He gives us free will. We want to choose a king that's not of his lineage. We want to say, we don't want you, we want someone else. He says, go right ahead. We say, oh, we want to have this meat. He'll say, go right ahead. Say, oh, we want to do this. He'll say, oh, go right ahead. Because he's already taught us in our hearts what is right and what is wrong. So he doesn't stop us. But in the end, that result of choosing something that is not what we know is the right thing, deep down we know what is right and wrong. The result of that is that we inherit the wind. We inherit the whirlwind, because the structures fall, the companies fall, and all that rot gets exposed. It's the same thing as the companies I worked for. They have all this thing. They say, don't put anything bad about your company on Facebook. Don't put it on social media. Don't put it on LinkedIn. But all the newspapers are reporting it. So it's already out there. Whether I post it or I don't post it, it's already out there. And companies that I worked for, their shares have fallen by like 45% from the time I left to now. So, I mean, in the end, yeah, you can treat Christians badly. You say that we are like this, we are like that, we are like this. And in the end, it always falls down. The structures fall down. And the church is strong here in Canada. The church is strong. So that, to me, it shows you how God gives us this free will. He said, you want to do it, do it. Oh, we want to do this. It's okay. It's your will. You choose. I put before you death and life. You choose what you are going to do to my people. And then in the Psalm, we see this confirmation of God's love. And in the gospel, when we see people, so before, when you had a manager and you had a supervisor, that supervisor was not there to be a taskmaster. taskmaster. It's not like there to drive the whip. It's not like, do this. Did you see this? Now, because of this, you got a detractor. It's always on us. Doesn't matter what it is. That is not. This is the new way of doing management in Canada. So before, when you had a manager, that manager was there to protect you. It's that image that Jesus gives us of the shepherd. That the shepherd knows the sheep, and the sheep know the shepherd. And the sheep know the voice of the shepherd. And that voice of the shepherd doesn't bring fear. It's not the voice of a wolf. It's not the voice of command and control. And in that first reading, we see that God is saying, okay, do it. If you want to do it, go back. Go back to Egypt. Go back to your taskmaster. But the voice of the shepherd is a very different voice. And that's why the Lord is saying that the harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. And the laborers like me, we also get tired. We also get weary, because it's like, you know what? It's not just me. There's millions of Christians all over the world. But when you are that Christian in the workplace, and you are working in a workplace where you are the only one speaking up and saying, this is not the way to do it, this is not right, then you land up becoming very, very decrepit. You land up losing your health. You land up losing everything, like me. Because you are the voice that is being like a prophet's voice instead of the good shepherd's voice. And then afterwards, it's too late. Then afterwards, they say, oh, sorry. Well, by then it's too late. It's too late. When the complete nationwide blackouts happen, like in Zimbabwe, it's too late. And when the companies are now losing share value of 45%, it's too late. But when I was there and I was telling you, don't do this, this is not the right way to do it. You are going to lose talented people. You are going to lose the staff that you trained, that understand your business, that you could be promoting, that you could be putting into different roles. You didn't want to listen to me. You said she's too sweet. So it's your choice. That's basically what it comes down to. There's the voice of the shepherd. There's the voice that says, yes, I go to church and I pray and I worship Christ. And there's the voice of the taskmaster. And the societies are crumbling. You just, in which day and age would the newspapers not have reported what was happening to these girls in England? In which day and age would England have said that all religions are equal? Since when? Since when are all religions equal? Since when is there no saying that the absolute truth is in the Christian religion and all other religions are formed around that? Since when do we get rid of the Magna Carta and everything that we had to build up women's rights? Since when? Since when did we have become countries where our rulers are allowing the wolves and the crows to take over and to decimate the land? Since when? It's a choice. It's a choice. How come I can't get one job? Not one job. I applied to restaurants, I applied to hotels, I applied to law firms, I applied to the banks, I applied to education, I applied to every opportunity where I have the skills. How come in 3 years I haven't had one job offer? Not just in Toronto, but globally. Why? Why? They don't want the voice of the shepherd. They want the voice of the taskmaster. She's too sweet. Well, sorry to disappoint. Sorry. I don't follow you. I follow the shepherd. This one also followed the shepherd. So if you're disappointed, tough.